Boom, and we're live. Welcome to the ECOM Profit Podcast. I got a wobbly table. The mic is falling apart. I think something happened here, but I don't know. Guys, what did you guys do to my table? Look at this. Look at this. My mic is like falling off the arm.
Oh, no. Never mind. I don't know.
But we're good. We're live, and we're going to talk about all that good stuff.
About why most businesses fail. That's not really good.
Yeah, that's not good. We're talking about all the bad stuff. Why most businesses fail. We're live on IG. Richard's live over there. I'm live over here. And yeah, this is kind of like an impromptu podcast. We didn't know what we were going to talk about. And I think this topic is timeless.
Yeah, I haven't had time to think about why most businesses fail. So I'll let you. I know you have an article pulled up, so we can just talk about it.
Yeah, I'm actually just going to go. I think it says the main 5 reasons why 8 out of 10 businesses fail. Main 5 reasons. We'll probably go through these and then we'll comment as to if we agree with this or not, or what has been, our experience with all this stuff. And because we've started ventures that have failed, not necessarily businesses, but ventures that have definitely failed. Fall flat on their face.
It's funny because I was talking to Johnny when we did the video of me in the GTR about what was it, Johnny? We were talking about something about failures, and I told you that people fail because they stop trying. That's what I think. I think you fail when you stop trying. If you don't stop trying, then you never really fail.
Yeah.
So that's my mentality. Well, if you're working towards something and you stop trying, that's when you fail. But until you stop trying, you haven't failed yet.
Because it's like a video game. Like you get to do the level like over.
Yeah, you get to just keep going over and over and over again until you stop trying.
Eventually you succeed.
Yeah, I think we failed for 7 months when we started.
Yeah.
But yeah, we kept trying. So we did we really fail? I don't think so. So I'm interested to see what are the 5 points, because honestly, in my head, the only one that exists is that you only fail when you stop trying. Other than that, there's no other point. There's no other way that you fail.
Yeah, that's a good productive way to think about it, I think.
Yeah. So what are the reasons though? Because I'm kind of interested in knowing what the internet has to say about it.
Okay, so it's actually a Forbes article. We'll probably link it down in the description if you're watching on YouTube. We'll link it down in the description so you guys can check it out and read it for yourselves. But reason 1 out of 5 is that you're not really in touch with your customers through deep dialogue. So their argument is that basically that the worst move an entrepreneur can make is that you don't understand your customers well enough.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're saying that dialogue between you and your customer is key. And if you don't have this, your business will fail.
Do you agree with that?
No.
Me neither. I don't agree with that at all. I mean, I think it just helps. It's like one of those things that it helps, but I don't think it determines if your business fails or not.
Yeah. Just to, I guess, talk from personal experience. When we first started doing e-commerce, we had no idea who our customers were. And the only connection that we had to our customers was, believe it or not, through the ads.
Yeah.
Because they would see our ad and then they would buy the product. But other than that, I mean, other than like customer support, and we did a pretty poor job at when
it was terrible. Yeah, it was terrible.
Like
how
we were the worst. And our business was still doing good. Over time, of course, we've kind of polished that stuff off and made sure that, we have systems in place that, good customer support and all that stuff. But at first, I think it was a mess.
I think I would say for the first year, we had our VAs answering the emails and stuff, but I'm lying. We didn't even have the VAs. We had Caesar answering the messages, but it was all copy. It wasn't even like Caesar really answering the messages. It was just copy and paste that we gave to him, and it was mostly our fault because we just said, hey, here are the 7 copy and paste, and you try to find the best one that fits the situation, and you send it to him. So our communication to our customers, you know what? Our first store got shut down though.
Yeah, it did.
So I mean, did we fail?
Yeah, it might have failed.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we did fail.
Yeah, they go on to talk about how, whenever you think about starting a business, the first thing that happens is that you think of this wonderful idea, and instead of going out to the market to kind of, talk to people about it,
Mhm.
like people will go, they say they'll go into a cave and then just start working on their idea.
Uh-huh.
So they're saying that that's kind of like the wrong way to look at it.
I think that's true. That's true. I think until you don't run ads to something and see if people want it or not, you don't really know, because you can have the best idea in your head, but once you actually put it out there, and we've seen that in our past experiences where, just like a quick example, like we'll record 3 videos, we think one we're gonna go all in on, but really the other one is the one that does the best. So it's just whatever the market wants, and sometimes it's really weird what the market wants.
Right. They say that they give it like a little hypothetical here. Would you rather talk to customers now and find out if you were wrong, or talk to customers a year later and after spending thousands of dollars down the road, and then to find out if you're wrong? So they're saying kind of like you need that instant, like you need to find out the feedback before you like spend a ton of money and time and all that stuff. Which if you put it that way,
that makes sense. That does make sense. But you can also look at it from the point of view of you. I don't know if this ties in, but you can spend $1,000 now and you have a customer, regardless, not a customer, you have a point of contact, versus if you don't spend money, you don't have anything. So at least if you have a point of contact, you can just like sell to them other things, right?
Right. And also, I think for us, it's a little bit different when it comes to like marketing and stuff, because a lot of what we do is like testing.
Yeah.
So we don't really talk to customers. We just we communicate with them, but we're just seeing how they react to what we're putting out.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Jesus, I just ate before this podcast, and I'm feeling it right now.
I think he just burped. Did he just burp?
I had to like go to the side. I'm feeling it.
This is the most. This podcast, I literally had no. I sat down and I said, "Oh, let's talk about this," and then you guys were like, "Oh, what if we talk about this?" And I was like, "Okay, whatever."
Yeah, there's no plan here. All right, we're gonna move on to reason number 2. So reason number 2 why businesses fail.
Wait, that was
reason number 1.
All of that was number 1?
Yeah, I was just like going through what they were saying.
Holy shit.
Reason number 2, there's no real differentiation in the market. So it's like a lack of being unique.
I think that's bullshit. I think it's bullshit right off the start, because whoever's the better marketer, if we're not unique, but we're better marketers than the person who's doing it, then bro, like, let me think of a brand that's not unique.
Watches.
Yeah, watches.
Everyone has watches.
Yeah, and they're all the same. Not the same, but like MVMT and the one that I told you, I always forget Daniel Wellington. It's all the same stuff, and I think whoever's the better marketer will come out on top. You don't have to actually differentiate yourself. Maybe a little bit, but
I would agree with this in the sense that if you're the first to market, you do have a big advantage.
Oh, 100%. Yes.
A really big advantage. Like that's like whoever comes out with the idea first is gonna make the most money out of it.
Yeah.
But you don't necessarily have to be the only one with the idea.
But you also run the most risk, because those are the guys, the pioneers, like testing 10 different things to hit one, versus the other guys that they just see what's working and then they just they piggyback off of it. So it all depends on what you want. Yeah, we've done both. I'm gonna
start going through these fast because if not, we'll be here all day. Reason number 3 as to why businesses fail: failure to communicate value propositions in clear, concise, and compelling fashion.
What?
Basically it's like another failure to communicate.
Yeah, so we'll just I mean it's true to a point, but
just saying that you have to be clear, like with clear, concise, and compelling with what you are offering your customers. I feel like if you don't have that, I think that's kind of like one of those things that's kind of like you don't really think about it, right?
Right. You know what I think it is, bro? I think that the people who write these articles have never owned a business.
Yeah, right.
I think that's what it is, right? It's like a teacher trying to teach a subject that they've never actually done. I think that's
they're
what
getting like metaphysical with us.
Yeah, it's very vague.
Also, I think they might be talking about like different kinds of like businesses that are like focused more on like brand identity than like us, where we're kind of in this like meta business that's like a business about teaching how to do like businesses. So it's like
Yeah.
a little bit
No,
different.
but also for our ecom stuff, like,
Yeah.
dude,
Oh, yeah.
we ran multiple millions of dollars in sales with having the worst customer service of life, just because we marketed it
Right.
really well and we found a hot product, for
Yeah.
example. Dude, like, well, you know, the snorkel face mask, the umbrellas.
Yeah, I'm actually looking here at on IG, the IG live, and see some people talking about this. So Lexandra said you don't have to be unique in ecom, just in brick and mortar. I agree with Richard about being the better first marketer.
Yeah, I think if you're a good marketer, you will outshine your competition.
Podcast name, please. Podcast is called the Ecom Profit Podcast. Profit spelled PROPHET. Ecom Profit Podcast. It's available on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, all major platforms. And guys, if you guys, I guess I'll just plug it here.
Yeah.
If you guys want to hit it a big thumbs up, that makes a huge difference for the YouTube algorithm and all the algorithms. So hit all the thumbs up you can, all the hearts, all the bells and whistles. Johnny gave us a 10-minute mark. We're going to keep trucking here. So reason number 4 is that leadership breakdown at the top.
Dude,
That's
this is
why-
all bullshit. Isn't that kind of obvious?
It is obvious. Like if the leadership isn't good, I guess, yeah, that would be terrible for your business. But I mean,
Johnny just why are you laughing,
Like,
bro?
Johnny, what do you think?
Failing implies that you were like succeeding at some point, and if you didn't have like strong leadership at the beginning, like were you really succeeding in the first place?
That kind of goes back to what Richard was saying,
Uh-huh.
that the whole thing that if you keep trying, you'll never fail.
Yeah.
So if your leaders like are just like, oh, we're not gonna try this anymore, then yeah, you'll fail.
Yeah, then you failed.
Yeah.
That's what, like, if you say, yeah, with anything.
You can't give up the like long game because you fucked up on a mini game.
Yeah, exactly. That's actually a good way of putting it. I think a lot of these things are little things within the big picture.
Exactly.
Little problem.
You're
problems.
gonna laugh at the next one.
Oh god. Are we even putting this article in the description anymore? I know in the
Yeah,
beginning
I
you're like,
don't-
oh,
I
we'll
don't-
put it.
I don't want to feed you guys bad nonsense information. Forbes, you're doing a terrible job. What
Yeah,
is
this is pretty.
well, they didn't Forbes also like put what's her name, Kylie Jenner on their cover, and then they're like,
Yeah.
oh no, we made a mistake.
Yep.
Oh god. Reason number 5 is the inability to nail a profitable business model with proven revenue streams. So yeah, if your business isn't profitable,
Oh my god.
then your business is failing.
Dude, this is so bad.
So obvious, like just
Guys, we did not read this article before filming this podcast,
Yeah,
but
we just pulled it up out of
this article is, I don't agree with. I do agree with it. I do agree
it
with
makes
it.
sense. Like this
But
all
it's-
makes sense, but it's
But
like,
you know what that article is saying? That if this table didn't have these legs, it
Yeah.
wouldn't be standing.
yeah, that's what it's saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it's saying.
this business,
last is the best, bro. At the end of the day,
you got to do your research.
You gotta do your research. Okay, so you know what, lads? Dude, what about this? Let's just spend the next like 3 minutes, like ending the podcast. But like, fuck the article. Why do you
Yeah.
think a business would fail?
Because they're not profitable. No, I'm just kidding.
Like, why would it fail?
So I think yeah, there's a few reasons why it would fail. I think, like you said earlier, if you stop trying, well, I think not trying is part of it, but not trying and then not adapting to like circumstances.
Yeah.
I think adaptation is a huge thing because our business has changed over the years so much
Mhm.
with changes in the environment in the market. So you have to be able to adapt. If not, you're gonna fail.
Yeah, that's true. Like
I think that's like one of the main things, and that's why even businesses that have been in business for a long time, they like fail because if you can't adapt, I think
Mhm.
that's like the number one thing. If you can't adapt, you're screwed.
Yeah, like look at Toys R Us, Sears, all those companies. They've all gone bankrupt because they haven't adapted to the online model.
yeah.
So yeah, that's true.
I think that in combination with, obviously you have to like keep trying and persevering. Like you can't just give up at the first sign of
Yeah.
the first roadblock. That kind of goes without saying though. Like if you're in business and you give up after the first sign, the first roadblock, maybe you shouldn't be in business.
Yeah,
Like you shouldn't
that's
even
true.
you should go work for someone else that, you can just get like a steady income. But
A lot of people, the first time they'll put in $100 and then they lose all $100 and they're like, oh shit, I failed.
or this doesn't work, they'll say that too.
Yeah, this doesn't work. Oh, this shit doesn't work. I put in $100 and now I'm not making any money. And then they stop trying and when they stopped trying is when they actually failed, not when they lost the $100.
Yeah.
I think that's huge, and that's why a lot of people end up failing. They end up failing because of a little obstacle that they could have overcome. And it's true. To the people who think that way, it's better to just have a job.
Yeah.
Because last week, Laz and I lost like $10,000.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it's part of.
Yeah,
owning
like
a business.
in all of our businesses, like
Yeah.
we lost 10K. So we could have just been like, oh, fuck this. You get me? Like if
Yeah.
that would have been our first week in business, that we lost $10,000, we would have stopped trying, then that's it. We're done.
Yeah. Yeah, but we see the bigger picture. We know that there's
Yeah.
some weeks where we're gonna spend more money, but we're investing money into the company to then later grow down the line.
Exactly.
So you can't just look at it like that. Somebody actually commented here. They said they have a question. I think it's a cool question that they asked. When starting out, how did you and Richard split the work? If you worked together, or did you do everything together? So how do we split the work?
So
when we first started.
When we first started, it was really we literally just had like 5 things to do or 6 things, and we would just split it. But I think now the way we split it is that I'm usually the one who comes up with like ideas to do shit, and then you start like implementing and actually like doing. Like for example, when we started doing what was it, fulfillment, it was just like an idea, and then like you and Carlos, like it got to the point I didn't even know the sheets that were being used or anything. It was just like an idea, like, oh, let's do this, let's do that. We got on the phone call with one of the people, we closed them, and then we just started doing it. So I think that's how we mostly do it now.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'll come up with like, I don't know, some idea to make money or like a product or something, and then you start implementing it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how it works now. When we first started, it was literally.
It was just like half and half.
Yeah, we didn't know what the hell we were doing, so it was
like I was building landing page. Like, oh, that's another thing. Laz usually if we need a landing page built or like things like that, like Laz would do it. And if we need an ad ran or something with numbers, and I'll usually do that. So Laz is more creative side versus me. I'm more like the number side. Which is weird because then when it comes to like ideas on making money, then I switch over to the creative side, and then Laz will switch over to the number side where he's like doing the Excel sheet and things like that behind the idea, and then I'm just doing the idea. So it just kind of flip-flops depending on what we're doing.
Yeah.
Adaptability.
Yes.
Yeah, it does come from adaptability. And I mean, like, things change over time too. Like sometimes, adapt to change. Yeah, sometimes things require you to like do stuff, and sometimes you start doing things that you're not even necessarily good at, and then you like the other person will start doing it, and it's like, oh shit, why have I been doing this the whole time when like Richard is better at doing that than I am? So like it's just kind of like things fall on your lap, like you don't really know, and like that's how businesses progress,
Yep.
But yeah.
All right, guys, we can go ahead and end it here. This was kind of so this shit happens when we have lunch and then do the podcast, where our podcast energy levels are at an all-time low, and we're just kind of monotone and just like kind of sleepy with it. So this is probably a good episode to hear if you guys are in bed falling asleep. I know people listen to some weird shit. One of our sales guys, I'm gonna put him on blast.
Put him on blast.
His wife, Josh, you didn't know this by the way, but listen to this. His wife, she goes on YouTube and she watches people washing their cars to fall asleep. Yeah, so I know people do some weird stuff to go to sleep sometimes. So maybe this will help some of you guys go to sleep. Yeah, but low energy podcast.
Yeah, but guys, I mean, if you guys enjoyed this podcast, if you guys have any ideas for future podcasts, let us know what you think. Comment down below. We'd love to talk to you guys and be able to help you guys in whatever it is that you guys are struggling with.
Maybe the next one we'll do like a controversial podcast.
Oh,
those are pretty fun.
Controversial, yeah. We did it, and I don't know if we're gonna drop this one. We did a podcast about conspiracy theories.
I think we should.
We might.
After looking at all the shit going on now, it actually doesn't seem that bad anymore.
We'll see. We have a lot of podcasts in the works, so we'll see which ones we drop, which ones we keep.
On conspiracy theories.
Dum. All right, we're gonna end it here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Stay blessed. Stay positive, and keep crushing it. Ooh.